What do you think? You excited? What do you think?
I like it.
Do you want to try it?
Oh, I have 3 bikes. Ah! I can't wait to ride this. Husqvarna.
Merry Christmas, bud.
Thanks.
Please son, enjoying the ride. Please son, enjoying the ride. Please son, enjoying the ride.
So Arlo just got his new bike. It's freezing here. Well, it's not that cold. It's 32 degrees, but we're gonna head down to MX 101 and let him try it and get it all set up for him so he looks comfortable on it. We'll bring his Cobra too, just so he can practice that a little bit. Probably gonna go for a couple hours, and then we're gonna run out and get our Christmas tree because it's getting to be about that time. Alright guys, so we just got back from the track today, MX 101, Arlo's favorite track. We just wanted to bring him there to try this out. We honestly were only planning on staying for not even like an hour, maybe an hour and a half or so. And he just did not want to get off this bike. This bike might be the best bike purchase I've made for him so far. He loved it. He didn't want to get off of it. He took it out on the big track by himself. I didn't bring a bike with me. Like I said, I thought we were only going to be there for like an hour or so, and we ended up staying till we got there at 9:30. We didn't leave till 1 o'clock, and we probably would have stayed later if we didn't have other things we had to do. If anyone's on the fence about buying a bike for their kid that's not super aggressive or anything like that, I mean, even still, the thing goes pretty good. But if your kid's like a little bit timid on the gas bikes, the sound, something about the gas bikes, this is definitely the way to go. We started Arlo out on like the number 4 settings. There's 6 settings on this bike. We started him out on the number 4 setting just to get him used to it. It's a little bit smoother, a little bit lower power. He was probably on the kids track for 5 laps, and I'm like, do you want to turn it up? And he's like, yep. And he was like adamant about turning it up. I turned it up to the 6 all the way up, and he was cruising. He was doing fine. He was a little jerky with the throttle at first. I think it took him a little bit to get used to it because it is a little bit snappy off the bottom, but nothing that's not, you know, manageable. You know, it doesn't hit hard like a 50, you know, like a Cobra or something like that. It's pretty linear and it's pretty soft on the bottom, so it's not like jerking his head back or anything like that. And so I honestly, I think the bike's great. It probably lasted about 40 minutes the first time, and we were just gonna go. I didn't bring a generator or anything. We were just gonna go, let him ride it till it dies. And then our friend showed up. They had a generator. I happened to have the charger with me. And so we charged it a couple times, and he went out with his friends on the big track, which he's never done. He's never been on a big track like that before without me, other than like some of the tracks we've raced at and stuff. But he did great. He loved it. And I brought the Cobra too, so he could ride that too a little bit. And he got on the Cobra, and he actually seemed like he had a lot more confidence on the Cobra after being on the electric bike. So hopefully that keeps going that way. And he still wants to ride the Cobra. He just really likes riding this electric bike. But yeah, I'll show it to you guys. If you guys have any questions about it, I'm not an expert on it. I bought this used. The dealership said they were having production issues at KTM, so they didn't know when they were going to see one, and luckily we found one. He really wanted a Husqvarna, so luckily we found one on Facebook Marketplace, and it was in pretty decent shape. I cleaned it all up, and a bunch of my friends said, you know what, man, don't worry about buying one of these used. My friend Travis, I think he's had one since probably the first ones that came out, I don't, couple, 2-3 years ago, and they've been all over the country, raced it, and he's like probably have hundreds of hours on it, and he's never had a problem with anything mechanically. You know, obviously the tires and brakes and, you know, chains and sprockets and all that stuff is kind of like a normal bike, but it's definitely a lot less maintenance, which is cool because I have a lot of bikes to maintain. So that's like one less thing I have to worry about with this, getting another bike. I'll show you guys the settings for the speeds. Any questions you guys have, throw it in the comments, and yeah, we'll check it out. Got this tether here for like a key. Power buttons down here on the side of the battery case. So you turn that on, it'll beep a bunch of times. And you can, this button right here, you can set, so it's on 6 because that's what he was riding the other day. So we'll go down, oops, we'll go back to 1. So that's the first setting. Oh, I'm sorry, you gotta roll the throttle forward. I'm still getting used to this myself. You gotta roll the throttle forward, and it'll beep like that, and then it's ready to go. And that's wide open on the first setting. So this is great for beginners. The only thing is it's adjustable. The seat height, the whole seat and everything, all this drops right down, and I have it in the lowest setting right now, and he's about 43, 42 inches, and he cannot touch the ground on this. He has to kind of side saddle it to get his foot down and hang his leg over it, or I have to hold him up and kind of push him off to get him going. But he's 5 now, so I think he's kind of short, or he has short legs for a 5-year-old. And the shock is adjustable, the shock height. If you can see it in there, I have it in the lower setting. And I think that's the lowest it can go without an actual lowering kit. I know KTM sells a like suspension lowering kit, but it's November, so I'm hoping by the springtime he'll grow a little bit and be able to at least tippy toe it. But he does fine on it. It's not any heavier than his Cobra. Let me show you guys the second setting here. So it's on 2, and then I'll just hold it wide open. Oh, sorry, I gotta roll the throttle forward all the way, and then wide open. So again, not very fast, fine for a beginner. I like that you can adjust all this for their skill level 3. That's kind of a big jump, but you can roll on it. You know, that's like A throttle right there. And that's wide open. So not too bad. 4 definitely gets a little quicker. This is kind of where we started him at, but he is he's not an advanced rider, but he does have some experience. So this is the 4. And then 5, I was told, I might be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone knows about these. I was told 5 and 6 are the same speed. Just 5 has the engine braking to regen the battery. I don't know if that's true, but that's just what I was told when I bought it. So here we go, this is 5. So that was wide open. Like I said, you can roll on it. And then 6 should be the same, and when you click this, it'll go up to 6. It doesn't sit on the stand perfect. It's kind of, there we go. So that was 6. Another thing I'll show you, if you do have a beginner rider and you don't want them messing with the speeds, or my worry is getting on the gate for a race and Arlo decides to hit this button for whatever reason and he goes into 1 and launch off the gate, and that's all he's got. That would not be good. So when it, like I said, if you have a beginner, you want to keep them on 1 and not have them mess with that button because it's easily accessible. Pop the seat off. It's this tether right here. If you pull this off underneath, I just washed this, so this is wet. You can't switch. So you take this, put it in your pocket. The kid can't mess with this at all, so it's gonna stay on 1. It can't. And that's about it. I'll pop that back on, shut this off, put the seat back on. Yeah, guys, so we've only had this for, a little while. It was supposed to be a Christmas gift, but we couldn't wait and the weather was looking nice, so we gave it to him a little bit early. But honestly, guys, if you are thinking about one of these bikes, or if you have a kid who's a little bit more timid, I would definitely try to start them out on a young age on like a Stasic or something. That's what Arlo started out on. But as they get bigger and they want a real dirt bike, I honestly think these are the way to go. The big downfall, if this is the only bike you're gonna have, like I said, I think he did like 40 minutes on the kids track, and then it was pretty much dead. And then we had our friends were there with the generator, so you'd have to bring a generator to the track. That's a downfall. But honestly, guys, he rode this for a couple hours and I've seen more progress out of him in that 2 hours on this bike, then I think he's got about 12 on his Cobra. And he's that thing is so snappy, and he has a hard time standing up on it. It makes him nervous to stand up. He was standing up on this. He was hitting jumps on this. He was doing his corners on this. Fine, you know. The Cobra, he's starting to look better on. And honestly, after riding this for like an hour, and then I had him go out on the big track by himself on the Cobra, he looked good on the Cobra. He looked better on the Cobra after 40 minutes on this e-bike. And then he got on the Cobra, and he looked even better on that than I've ever seen him. So I think the e-bike's the way to go, whether you're a beginner rider or a skilled rider. I think you can, your kids can learn a lot from it, and I think you can carry it over to the gas stuff. I love the gas stuff, you know. It's just different, you know. It's just something different, and something that came out, and a bunch of my friends' kids have them, and they said the same thing. They're like, man, they just progress so much faster on the e-bike. So I'm really excited about the e-bike. I'm still excited about the Cobra, but like I said, if you're on the fence about one of these, I would definitely pull the trigger. Just like I said, what I've seen online, a lot of people say you need at least a 2,000 watt, like a good inverter generator to charge these, so you'll have to bring one of those to the track. But other than that, I don't see much of a downfall with it, other than, you know, you only get maybe a half hour. It depends on how your kid rides, what level you set it on, but I've heard of people getting an hour out of them. I don't know. What my experience was yesterday was about a half hour on the big track on the 6th setting, and he was going okay. So yeah, thanks for checking out. Thanks for checking out the channel. Hit that subscribe button. We'll have more updates on this and how he's doing. And next year we're definitely going to be racing with this, so we'll give you an update on how it does racing and how he does racing on it. Yeah, so hope you guys liked it. Like I said, if you have any questions, leave a comment below. Just make sure you hit that like and hit that subscribe button, and we'll keep doing these videos.